Welcome, it's Terrel Miller and my colleague Mayra Galvez here to give you a market update. So these are numbers from July of 2022, and we're looking at the trends and so on, and I'll be covering the overview, and then Mayra will go into some specifics of particular neighborhoods and zip codes. And as always, we are from the California Real Estate Consultants Group, and we are home advocates. So what we've been seeing in the past month is that we're seeing a reduction of activity. So the actual sales have gone down. And of course, most people know that the interest rates have gone up. So there seems to be a correlation. However, that's not always the case. So there's always workarounds to the higher interest rates. And so, but we have definitely seen a slowing down. So earlier in the year, you know, if a property was on the market for more than, say, 9 to 14 days, it was like, whoa, what's wrong with that property? And so now we're seeing them, you know, on the market for 3 or 4 weeks. So we're having that slowdown. People are taking a little bit more time. They're looking at their qualifications and the specifics of the property and so on. So, and we're seeing in an interesting situation, because condominiums usually follow the upswing of value in single families or lead the downswing. And right now we're seeing that condos are actually maintaining their prices and going up a bit. And the single family residences are stabilizing in price, or as we say in real estate speak, they're correcting. And so some of the homes that have been overpriced are coming down to the market price. And at that point is when they actually sell. And, you know, as my education in real estate is always says, every house will sell at the right price. And if it's not selling, it's not the right price. That's all. It's pretty simple in that regard. And so we're seeing the slowdown in terms of actual sales in some areas as much as 25%. That's not in all areas. And one of the beauties of LA County in general, or the Southern California area, is that we're very neighborhood specific. And so we have not just zip codes, but within the zip codes, there's neighborhoods. Because I know in my own neighborhood, just going north a half a block, we go from kind of, you know, the pre-World War II houses to properties that have, you know, acres. You know, and you know, 3/4 of an acre or half an acre or a full acre. And so those two types of properties can't be compared. So as always, we're here to help. Ask us the questions, we'll guide you, and again, always no charge. And Mayra, take it away for some specifics.
Thank you, Terrel. So as Terrel mentioned, Los Angeles is a county where we find so much diversity. And even within certain communities in Los Angeles, there's even more diversity or less or the same, but there's still that diversity. So for example, maybe half of that neighborhood or 1/4 of the neighborhood, part of that neighborhood may have an increase in home sales, whereas the other side is decreasing in home sales. So something to keep in mind when I mention certain neighborhoods in our list. So we're going to start around Santa Clarita area. Take, for example, Canyon Country. We have an average of a decrease in home sales, about 45%. And in Castaic, we have a decrease of home sales, 18%. Chatsworth, moving towards San Fernando Valley, we have a decrease in 8%. And places like Newhall, so diverse. Part of it is increasing inventory over 150%. I mean, in home sales, I'm sorry. And part of it is decreasing in home sales with 63%. That's a big difference within the same community. And then you have places like Granada Hills, where home sales are decreasing by only 3%. And places like Van Nuys, like Terrell was mentioning, we have such diversity. And it's just, it can be things like a property size, it can be in terms of division of freeways or whatever the situation is, but you find, even like I said, within the same neighborhood, so much diversity. Now, when we take a look at places like, let's see, like Hawthorne, also going towards beach areas, we're down -4%. Places like Glendale, an average of -8% in home sales. Then you look at places like now Lancaster, we have a decrease in home sales by -2%. Places like, let's see, places like Canyon Country, -80%. Places like Reseda, we still have an increase of home sales of 5%. North Hills, we're still seeing an increase of home sales of 12%. Mission Hills up 7%. Now, a lot of these, like Terrel said, there's so many factors that can impact why homes are being sold or homes not being sold, such as home prices, such as inflation. So if you do plan to buy a home in the future, it'd be a good kind of recommendation for you to start thinking about the neighborhood, the certain zip code specific to the location you want to buy, so that you can follow those trends in that specific zip code or neighborhood and start thinking about like a price that you're comfortable or would be comfortable buying at, so that when it reaches that point, you're able to do that and can plan accordingly. Now, if you do want more specifics into your specific neighborhood or zip code, feel free to reach out to us or write a comment down below so that we can review it next time. And if you have any questions in general, we're more than happy to answer them. Again, we are home advocates, part of the California Real Estate Consultants Groups, and we will see you next time.